Hi there. I'm putting together this screencast to show people or to give people an introduction to using Office 365 with the VSB. You should have gotten an email, I believe it was on September 6th from Service Desk, and it outlines some of the tools that we have available to us now as VSB employees. So they give us this link that we can log in with. Go vsb.ca O365 login. So you can type that in here. But that's actually just a shortcut to login microsoftonline.com. So when you get to this webpage, you sign in with your regular VSB sign-in email credentials. And as soon as you type in your email address, it picks up who you are, that you're part of the VSB domain. And you're going to be asked to sign in either with a work account or a personal account. So it's a work account. That's what we'll be using. So I'll click on this. And it takes me to a different sign-on page. This is where I enter in my typical VSB password. There you go. I'm now signed in, and now this is where I have access to the whole full suite of Office 365 applications. And these applications will actually run in the browser. I don't have to actually download anything at this point in time. So for instance, if I wanted to use a OneNote document, I just click on OneNote. And it loads into all the OneNote notebooks that I have saved on my Microsoft account. So I have one for each one of my classes. Using OneNote is probably deserves a whole video in itself, so I won't go into too many details in this particular video. Another common use would be to use a Word document. So I could click on Word, and it opens up a new tab in my browser. And at this point, you're probably going to see something that looks really familiar to you. It's very similar to what you'd see if you're running Word just off your regular notebook computer. So I could start a new document. It takes a little while to load, but once it loads, it should have most of the same kind of menu items that you would see on your Word program on your own computer. So you have the File tab, Insert, Page Layout, View, Home. So you can type in stuff here. Here is a new document to share. And I can save this. Save as. I can give it I think when it first starts, it gives it some default name. This is called document 1. But I can save as and give it a new name. I can rename it. And I could save it online here. Call this test document. And I'll show you in a second where that saves. But for now, it's now saved into my OneDrive actually. I'll show you that in a second. You can actually also press this button here. It says edit in Word, and it'll actually download a copy onto your computer and open up Word from your computer, and you'll be working locally. Locally meaning you'll be working off your hard drive. Right now we're working in the cloud, which means, to be able to do this, you need to have an internet connection at this time. You can also share this document, so you can share it with coworkers or students. So to do that, you click the share button. And you're given a lot of options here. You can invite people, you can just get a link, and then you can also show who you're sharing it with. I'll start with get a link. So if I click get a link, I'm taken to a new set of menu items, and there's quite a few options here. I can get a link that will only work for specific people. I can get a link where someone only people in an organization, so someone with a VSB account can view. I can get a link where someone in the VSB account can view it and edit it. Or two other kinds, I could make a link where anybody can view it. So anybody could access, if they had the link, they could access and view this file. And finally, this is like the most relaxed kind of permissions. I can get a link where anybody could actually access the link and modify the file. So I think these are the two people we'll work with the most, I would guess. So if I want something where or maybe I just want my students to be able to view it, I maybe choose this link. And there it is. So I can press copy and I could email that to my students. So I could go back to my email, email it to myself. Paste the link, press send. And there's the email. If I click on that, this will now open up the Word document. Now, I did this purposely. It's actually opening in a different browser. So I'm not logged into this browser. So it shows that you still have to be logged into Office 365 to access this, because I chose a link that someone in the that only someone in our domain, our VSB, could open it. So it's asking me to log in. Once again, once I put in my email address, it recognizes that I'm a VSP person. So then I choose my work account. And now I could start. Actually, in this one, I'm just allowed to view it. I don't think I said I could edit it, although I'm already the owner. Yeah, this was a view link only for someone in my organization. I could also change that to edit link, no sign-in required. So this will be a different link. Copy that. And I'll go back into this other browser. I'll log out. In this case, I'll paste that link in here, and this should open up in the browser even if I'm not logged in. So let's see what happens. There you go. And I believe I can edit it now too. So edit in browser. Oops. And you can see I'm not even signed in. It does say Doug Smith is editing. That's because my other browser is open. But this is a link that now works for anybody, and that person, anybody's allowed to edit it. We can also send these links directly to people. So we can invite people. We can put in an email address here. Hi, check out what I made. And you can tell that person either if they can vet it, just view it, or edit it as well. And then press share, and that person will get the invite through their email. Or you can also see here it says guest contributor is also editing. That's through my other browser I was using. That's the person that's not logged in. So that's probably a pretty common way to share documents with Office. You can do the same with Excel, PowerPoints. And I was going to show you where these documents are stored. So if you click on OneDrive, OneDrive is the app that is the cloud storage for all your files through the VSB Office 365 system. I believe as teachers, we get 1 terabyte of data, so we have a lot of space that we can use. These are all the files that I've uploaded to my OneDrive, my OneDrive account with VSB. This is OneDrive is similar to, I think Google has Google Drive, Dropbox, different programs like that. OneDrive is the Microsoft equivalent. It works pretty well. And those files that I created, they're just put in the root folder of OneDrive, just the main folder. It doesn't automatically go into any other folders. So this is the one I was just working on, test document. I could click on it and it'll automatically open up again in online Word. So that's a brief overview of what Office 365 does. Gives you access to all these apps within the browser if you have an internet connection. And it shows how these files are connected to your VSB account and how you can share documents.